you are not alone in heaven. Heaven is not just a place, but above all a community of soulmates. In your heart temple, in the fourth dimension, the Father of your soul and your eternal spiritual brothers and sisters are present. This will cause you to behave in a worthy manner. In this virtual heavenly community, you can already practice the future way of life of the new earthly world. You visit this heaven in meditation in the morning, at noon, and in the evening. In this way, you consolidate this thought form and make it a real factor in your material worldly life. Once you have reliably mastered and observed the 3 meditation times, the next step is to close your eyes every now and then in the meantime, in order to visit the inner temple for a brief moment, to find peace and relaxation and to recharge your batteries. Pause quite often for quiet contemplation and thereby renew yourself. Finally, the pinnacle of the exercise, you live continuously in paradise, in your private sanctuary, even during your everyday earthly work. You ponder constantly this mantra in your heart. My soul lives in its own world, in the ashram of its teacher. Thereby you realize a great statement of the teaching, which is also a program. An Agni yogi verily lives in 2 worlds. Isn't all this just fruitless dreaming? No, the elevation of your being through this spiritual exercise is real. And the life of the soul in a higher spiritual sphere is the very basis for a life of the body in a better world, as we will discuss shortly. This practice does not require any material means or particular external circumstances. It is feasible for each of you in any place, at any time, and under all conditions. How and where the body has to live and what it has to endure is insignificant. You do not know what circumstances you might be banished to. You must therefore be able to transform even a prison cell into a sanctuary. We had already discussed the details of this exercise in the videos The Path of the Interior Temple, Participation in the Life of the Higher World, Living in the Continuous Presence of the Teacher, Living in the Ashram of the Teacher, and the Spiritual Significance of the Heart. We seem to have lost sight of our goal of making the earth a better place. No, Not at all. On the contrary, after your transformation into an immortal, the construction of the inner temple is the next important stone you contribute to building the world of the future. With this exercise, the new world will become a reality within you, at least. The temple in the heart of every single human being is the foundation stone for the world state temple of humanity. The heart stands as the temple of humanity. Over time, as more and more people join this practice and live in an inner ashram, the whole world will become a sanctuary, a temple of humanity. The transformation of the world begins within each and every individual human being. People today are not yet mature, not yet spiritually developed enough to be personally guided by a Mahatma. The best exercise to prepare you for this is the inner sanctuary. To live as if a member of the Brotherhood or one of its representatives were present, as if you were living in an ashram of the Brotherhood, or the teacher in your home, and he were watching and guiding you. As long as the temple is not firmly anchored in the hearts of all co-workers, it will never become a physical reality. As long as individuals do not succeed in turning their inner spiritual world into a sanctuary, we need not even think of building an outer temple. How shall a community build a better world if not even each individual member is able to establish this higher order in his own small personal sphere? The temple within is the basis for every outer sanctuary. Only the healing of the inner life will help to elevate the social life. A physical monastery is of no use at all if the hearts of the people living there are impure. When a clown moves into a palace, he does not become a king. Only the palace becomes a circus. We do not know whether and to what extent we will be able to change the external circumstances. What we can make sure is that the new world becomes reality, at least within ourselves. The integrity of the temple in your heart depends solely upon you yourself. I don't fully understand that yet. Well, it is of the utmost importance that you realize thoughts are free. No external circumstances, not even the most terrible attacks, can prevent you from building up the virtual reality of a sanctuary around you in your thoughts, from defending it and moving in it with dignity. The inner temple is the last bastion which you must never give up, not even in the worst of circumstances. Not even if, like Jesus, you have to descend into hell. It is the indispensable foundation upon which we build the new construction, regardless of material conditions. Create a monastery cell in your heart and never leave it. Just as a monk who is expelled from his paradise because of the destruction of the monasteries in Tibet or the secularization, expropriation in Europe, but nevertheless wants to continue his holy life in the middle of the world, has no other choice but to continue living according to the rule of an inner monastery. We come to a surprising but fundamental insight. The creation of the world of the future boils down to mastering your thoughts and feelings. No one and nothing can prevent the realization of our dream, except we ourselves. Are we once again talking about blood, sweat and tears, toil, discipline and duties? No, quite the opposite. It's all about your personal well-being. Whatever circumstances you have been banished to, you are a being full of vitality and joy of being, living in a paradise. Will that not be your greatest happiness? With these steps just discussed, your inner development is complete. Now you must go out into the world in order to let the newly created spirit being appear there and to turn the temple in your heart into a material sanctuary.